I'm Vishal Gaur. I'm a faculty member in the school. I'm the Associate Dean for the MBA program. Immersions are a Johnson innovation that happened about 15 or 20 years back. And the goal of Immersions is to prepare our students for success in their internships, to make sure that they hit the ground running when they start their immersions for their internships, and they know what to expect during the internship. And immersion has a few important components. So one is that it's a hands-on experience where you do not just coursework, but also a lot of field work that's often done in companies, guided by their practitioners, their experts, guided by second-year students and by alumni. So immersions are coached by business practitioners, and you work in actual business conditions. So it's like an internship before an internship. And one of the key things that happens in an immersion is that a student has to select a function and a career path. So, for example, you could be going into a consulting career path by taking an immersion in corporate finance, or taking the immersion in sustainable global enterprises, or the immersion in marketing or operations. So you could be going into a specific company, say Amazon or Microsoft or P&G, but to go into that company, you could be joining their corporate finance division, you could be joining their digital marketing division, or you could be joining their supply chain division or their strategy division. So depending on what function you want to choose and which career path you want to choose, industry or firm, you can choose the type of immersion that you want to take. So on the next slide, I'll tell you a little bit about how immersions are designed. So an immersion has three components. One is the academic curriculum, which includes a practicum course which is required for the immersion, and it's taught by a Johnson faculty member. Then, besides this academic curriculum, there are several alumni and industry faculty who come and lecture on various topics that are current events in their industries in that immersion. So there's learning from practitioners taking place during the immersion. And a third piece is that in most immersions, you would do either corporate treks or corporate projects, which are done in partnership with companies, with second-year students serving as mentors for you during the immersion. So there are three components to the immersion: the academic curriculum, learning from practitioners, and doing a corporate project or treks. And all of these things are made possible because of the cohesive community at Johnson, where faculty, alumni, second-year students, and long-standing relationships with companies come together to make the entire immersion possible. Okay? So I'll give you a few examples about how immersions run on the next couple of slides. So we have immersions in various different areas. There is one immersion in marketing, one in operations called the semester in strategic operations, one in digital technology, which is done jointly with the School of Computer and Information Sciences at Cornell, one of the topmost rated schools in its area. Then there is one immersion in sustainable global enterprises, which you'll hear about in just a few moments. And then there are three immersions in finance targeted at different career paths. There is one on investment banking, about which you'll hear in a few moments, one in corporate finance, and one in capital markets and asset management. Now, in many of these immersions, if you want to go into a consulting or a general management track, you can take a management cases course. So that exists as an option in many of these immersions. And then there are some students for whom none of these immersions are fit for their career paths. So, for example, we have students who want to go into real estate, or who want to go into hospitality or healthcare management, and these students will often take a customized program where they will pick from a bunch of elective courses available at Johnson and combine them with elective courses from our sister schools in Cornell, such as in the hotel school or in the Dyson school or in engineering. Okay? So, for example, our students who want to go into energy industry will sometimes take courses in engineering, in civil engineering or energy or environmental engineering. So this is the spectrum of immersions that are offered to our students. Students pick their immersion during the fall semester, but during the fall they are taking their core courses. So then in spring they will take one or the other immersion depending on their career path. So I'll give you a few examples. So one immersion is on digital technology. So the typical flow chart of things that happen in this immersion during the spring semester looks like this. You will take a course in SQL and Tableau and R programming. Then you take a course in advanced analytics. Then you are in a cross-disciplinary practicum, which is co-taught by a business school faculty and an information science faculty to a mixed classroom of MBA students and information science students. Okay? And during this practicum, you will have industry lectures, you will have corporate projects, and you will have treks. And then you choose from a bunch of different electives in data products, digital marketing, management cases, and many others, depending on what career path you want to take after the digital technology immersion. Okay. Second example is semester in strategic operations, SSO, which goes pretty much the same way. There is an operations core course, a practicum, several electives, and then factory visits and treks. So at the end of the semester, you have seen many different operations, and you won't be caught by a surprise when you go for your internship and come across a completely new business model for a firm. Okay. One of the highlights of this immersion is a 1-week-long Kaizen event where you go to a manufacturing facility and work with their executives and workers to do quality management improvements at their site. The third example is marketing immersion, which again follows a similar path consisting of a practicum, a marketing research course, a data products and digital marketing course, and corporate projects and treks. Now, year after year, our students tell us how immersions are helpful to make them succeed in their internships. And students write back to faculty with remarks about the feedback and about things that they have learned in their internships. So this slide shows a few such examples. I'll read out a couple of them. So one student wrote to a faculty member, "We just want to let you know we went 4 for 4 for offers this summer. I can honestly say we were among the top banking associates in terms of preparedness." Another student writes, "I've used Tableau just about every day here at Amazon to visualize geographic data sets, and this has single-handedly differentiated me from everyone else on my team." Another one wrote, "After this summer, it was evident to me how well prepared we are for internships and how much practical knowledge we gained throughout the year." So I hope this gives you some overview of how the immersion curriculum is structured at Cornell.